Happy birthday, Pisces. Welcome to your RuneScope 14. Just want to take a moment, as always, to remind you to watch the video for your rising sign as well. If you know it, that can give you some more information about other areas and other things you'll be tackling in March. Or you can schedule a private consultation with me. I do those on Skype, and they are $5 for a half-an-hour session. Just drop me a line at the email address below this video if you'd like to set that up. I do schedule those and answer emails in the order that I receive them. So if it's a few days before I get back to you, that just means there were quite a few people in front of you. I will respond to your email. Sometimes it just takes a little bit longer than others. Let's dive into your birthday month, Pisces, and see what's coming up for you in March. Your focus in March, Pisces, will be on creation, creativity, giving birth to something. Now, this can be a literal birth. Maybe you're creating or trying to create another human being. So, I mean, for those of you who are, your focus will be very much in the bedroom, and you'll be working on that. It'll be more pleasurable than the other Pisces who are working on something else, but you know, more power to you. Enjoy that, Pisces. And that's a good month for that. You know, it's a very positive time for that. And some of you maybe have encountered delays with this. You know, maybe you've had trouble getting pregnant. Maybe you've had, maybe your partner didn't know if they wanted to do this. And so now in March, you're able to get on the same page, the partner, if you're specifically working on getting pregnant. Some of you will be working out a creative project. You will be, some of you will be working out the particulars of starting your own business. There's something you're giving birth to by the end of March. And I think that, a lot of March is spent getting ready for that, preparing this, working on this. And for some of you, if this is a creative project, if it's a book, if it's if it's an album, if it's music, I mean, this can take a while, if you're doing like a whole album and you're a musician, that can take a while, but you can be very focused on this. And the delay is not going to bother you because for a lot of you, again, this will be a long-term project, but you want to get this right. And you feel like it's very important that you get these details right. So this will be kind of a details month regarding creation of something, Pisces. But things are starting to move forward in March. February for you, and for actually a lot of people, a lot of signs, was just kind of a continuation of teen. March is when things really start moving forward. March is actually the beginning of teen. I mean, things that happen in March are going to be indicators of what the rest of this year is really going to be like. So it's like you're putting the hard part of the year behind you already by the time you get to your birthday month. There's a lot of karmic stuff going on for you in also, Pisces. Don't be in a rush to commit yourself to anything. Because again, your focus, I feel, needs to be on this creative project or whatever it is that you're working to build, the seeds that you're planting, and your focus needs to be on that. If you seek advice from other people about this, I mean, they feel that you're wasting your time. Creative types get this all the time, oh, that's a waste of time. You shouldn't pursue that. You can't make any money being a writer. You should do something else. You can't make any money as a musician. You should do something more practical. I feel like some of you hear this from family and friends who are more maybe pragmatic. Maybe your earth sign friends and family, your air sign friends and family who are more about, no, you need to do something more practical. Pisces are innovators though, and that's where the more analytical types, they're more concerned about, I want to do something safe. I want to do something that I know is going to bring in, I invest time and money. I want to know, and they're more black and white than Pisces. Pisces are the innovators, Einstein was a Pisces. I mean, you have a lot of incredible innovators that took that creativity and turned it into something insanely spectacular that changed not only, their own lives, but everyone else's. So remember that, Pisces. I want you to think about that in March. You have the creative ability to do something great in your lifetime if you want to. And for a lot of you, March is the start of that. March is the time where you plant the seeds. So I need you to kind of just disregard what everyone else is saying And that's the advice that I'm getting from the runes. Disregard outside chitter chatter. Just a month to not move forward as far as any shifts or changes. So I think that, I think February was certainly a time where you were thinking about this. If you weren't actually taking steps in February on this creative project or this business that you're looking to start or this new venture, then is going to continue that if you started that in February. And it's not going to be a time for you to make any huge shifts or changes. As far as anything that would take you away from this creative venture or whatever this is you're trying to give birth to. What help you're going to receive is that you're really going to take joy in whatever this is. So whatever this is what you want to do. This is what you should be doing. For those of you who are just going to be starting college this year, or if you're just choosing your vocation, your career, if you're younger, just out of high school and considering things, which is when you decide what you want to do for a living. You decide maybe what you want to study in the fall. You decide that you want to change majors if you're already in college and you want to do something else. If that's what happens in whatever this is that you choose, this is your path. This is what you're supposed to be doing. And there won't be any more changes down the line. This is your career. This is your vocation. This is what you're supposed to do. So, I mean, and if you are in college, that's lucky, because it's lucky that you find out that early, because some of us, change majors or you don't even go to school and go later in life because we don't know what we want to do. Seize that. If March is the month. Seen a lot of Pisces figuring out what they want to do with the rest of their lives, as far as a career, as far as a vocation or a career. And for a lot of you, this is going to mean independence. You're going to be doing something on your own. You're not going to be doing the status quo. A lot of you are going to feel a great liberation and be happy that you are free from this old path. So, and maybe a lot of you just changed jobs in February or changed jobs in March. I feel like that this would be something that has been going on for a while. So maybe there was a long interview process or something, or maybe you submitted something back in February and you hear back about it in March. But it's a more liberating or more freedom. There's more freedom for you in this job if you do work for a company or a corporation. There will be a lot of you'll be free to come and go. There'll be a lot more satisfaction than maybe where you just came from. So some of you will be learning a lot, and it'll be overwhelming at first if you're starting a new job. That's par for the course. If you get a job offer in March, again, with the shifts and changes, I feel like maybe you put that off for a little bit, just because maybe you've got more than one offer and you want to make sure that you make the right decision. I think that's wise. Don't be in a hurry to make that kind of a shift or change until the end of March. What can't be changed about actually is that at least one offer will come to you. Now, this can be in a romantic sense as well, but somebody will be offering something to you. They want to have a relationship with you, whether business or financial. For some of you, this would be the opportunity to travel, and this would be a concern. This can also work as, or maybe a job offer comes through that would involve a move. Some of you would be deliberating that, and it would be a huge change for you. And this, again, may be something that people are advising against. Your family, maybe they don't want you to move away. Maybe because maybe it's far away. So maybe your family and friends, for those of you who are offered a job that would cause you to move far away, they don't want to be without you. But at the same time, you have to consider what's best for you. And I see you being able to really consider that, and for some of you, maybe it would be too difficult. And that could be why this is, I'm seeing that you're being advised to maybe put that off, because maybe something that you would like even more will come along before the end of March that will not require you to move away from friends and loved ones. Some of you be ready to get away from your family. Maybe you want to move, or maybe you want to travel for work, because I see a lot of you will be able to do that if you're writers, if you travel writers, I'm getting a lot of that. Being able to see and visit places that you've never seen, meeting new people, forming new friendships. Some of you meet someone new and through people that you know, through your friends. And I feel like this will be a short distance trip. So you'll go to someone's house or for a party, or maybe you're going out for your birthday and your friends bring someone special. Or you meet someone while you're out for your birthday with your friends, who you're attracted to and they're attracted to you. Very likely possibility in March, Pisces, for those of you who are single. Those of you who are coupled, you could be taking a trip for your birthday with your mate and continuing this getting pregnant scheme. For those of you who want to get pregnant, or for those of you who aren't, you'll just have a really good time. This may be with a tour group, because I see for a lot of you, maybe other people along for the trip. So maybe you're having like a guided tour or going on a cruise or something. Be careful on those cruises, though. They're not doing so hot lately. I've never been on one, and I've always wanted to go on one, but I don't know if I will. I don't really want to get sick or sink, or both. I don't know about that. Okay, let's see how things are going to play out as continues for you, Pisces. There'll be a surprise around family. There may be a secret that comes out around someone else. I don't feel like this is you. I feel like this comes out and you're like, what the hell? Are you kidding? And this is a continuing theme, Pisces. We've had a lot going on with your family, a lot of disruptions, a lot of, just shocks around family or a family member. And, I think this is going to continue in March. And I feel like some of you find out that a family member is having a baby, or that somebody in your family is pregnant, and you be concerned about this. Maybe you feel they're too young. Maybe you feel they're not with the right partner. And I feel like other people in your family are going to share these feelings, and you're going to talk about this and just be like, or maybe someone comes to you and is thinking about, got a lot of going on with pregnancy and but you and otherwise, but be careful if you don't want to get pregnant in Pisces. And take precautions. There's lots of contraceptive devices out there. Pick one and use it. And if you do not want to get pregnant, but no, if somebody asks you, if somebody comes to you for advice about this, we're thinking about having a child. If you think that this person is not ready, I feel like you'll say that. I feel like you'll just be like, or you'll just ask someone, why can't you just slow down? Why do you have to do everything so quickly? You feel that somebody's just rushing into taking on huge responsibilities in some way. And you're going to kind of advise against this. I did want to mention also that this new relationship could also be a job offer over here. Sorry, I caught that card again out of the corner of my eye. This could also be a job offer that will come to you. Just, and if it does come, it is something that I think that you will act on, Pisces. I think it'll be a positive change for you. But I think the cards are saying don't be overeager. Take your time making decisions on anything that's going to require a heavy responsibility from you, whether it be a new relationship or a new job opportunity. Make sure you know what you're getting into and that it's really something you want to pursue. Let me make sure I get that out there. But yeah, I do see money coming in for you at the end, Pisces. I see you being more secure, feeling more secure about money. You're going to be intuitively led in all things financial. The only really issues I see are things dealing with family, other people being concerned about a member of the family, and you kind of voicing those concerns as well. But I see also the family being able to start at a new beginning, being able to go on from here. Though there will be a healing, I think. If any relationships have been strained, or because this was a theme for a lot of people over the holidays, maybe some relationships have been strained since then, that will be able to be smoothed out. But again, you're going to leave things behind. That's going to be left behind, and a new beginning for you. Just a new beginning financially for you, Pisces, and in a very positive way. You're going to go after something that you really, really want, and it's going to be very lucrative for you. Don't be impatient. Don't be overeager to move things forward. Because again, remember, you're going to give that same advice to someone else. It's kind of a situation where you're probably going to want to take your own advice that you're dispensing to other people. Because pushing too quickly forward in a new relationship, whether it be personal or professional, could damage the outcome. So be patient, let things unfold, but I think intuitively you're going to know when to kind of move forward and when to pull back a little bit. But Financially, great things are on the up and up. If there's a delay around hearing back, don't worry, you're going to be fine financially. And also, you're going to have this creative project, even though it's going to take some time to get that where it needs to be. That eventually is also going to be lucrative for you. It's what you should be doing. So I feel like this new opportunity will kind of mesh all of that together. It will be stable and give you stability financially. So, I mean, if it's not this creative project coming to fruition, it is related to that in some way. Could be an extension of that. If you're starting college this fall, maybe you get a break and you're able to kind of do something in that line of work and get some experience before you even make the switch or decide to start on that track. So very positive, Pisces. It's going to be a very victorious month for you in March. You're going to start to see what the rest of the year is going to be like. By the end of March, you'll be frustrated a little bit because you're like, okay, let's just get this going. Let's get this going. You know, I really want to get this year going. And you have a lot of irons in the fire. You got a lot, you got creative projects, got maybe a new job, new relationship, a lot of new stuff happening all at once. And you may be a little frustrated that some areas are moving forward faster than others, but take your time. You'll get there. You got the rest of this year to let these things kind of come to fruition. So great month, Pisces. A lot of new stuff taking off. It's really the beginning of the year for you. Happy birthday once again, and I will see you again, April.